Welcome back guys to my Red Dead Redemption 2 news series, where I keep you guys up to date with all of the latest updates about this game. Today there was a huge NDA lifted for Red Dead Redemption 2, allowing over 30 media outlets from all over the world to share their hands-on impressions after playing this game. So in this video I have collected together 100 brand new details about Red Dead Redemption 2 that you guys must know. A special thanks to IGN and Rockstar Intel for many of these facts. I'll have them linked down in the description if you want the original source. And don't forget to let me know in the comments what your favourite fact is from all 100 that I cover in this video. So up first, you can take photos and even selfies in Red Dead Redemption 2. Obviously we won't have smartphones like we do in GTA 5, but camera equipment relevant to this time era will be available. A weapon wheel has been confirmed to exist in Red Dead Redemption 2, however it is much more limited than what we're used to with Grand Theft Auto 5. So Arthur can carry a maximum of 2 one-handed weapons and 2 two-handed weapons or long weapons, and he also packs his hunting knife on the side and a lasso, and any throwable weapons will also be accessible, such as throwing knives or molotovs. Legendary animals will return to the game. The first Red Dead Redemption game had a total of 4 different legendary animals that you could hunt, and they were much harder to hunt than the normal versions of that animal. Horse balls will dynamically change size depending on the temperature that you're currently in. Rockstar really have thought of everything about this game. Clothing will affect your stamina intake. The Deadeye system will have 5 different levels to it this time. Dual wielding is an unlockable skill. You can ride trains in Red Dead Redemption 2 and also fast travel around the map. Train heists are not limited to just missions, so it sounds like if you see opportunities dynamically in the world, you can choose to take them. Bounties will be returning to Red Dead Redemption 2. Swimming has also confirmed to exist in this game. Arthur's facial hair will grow in the game's real time, and his options when styling it will actually depend on how long it's gotten at the time you get it cut. So just like facial hair in real life, you can't go into your barbershop and come out with more hair than you went in with. Arthur can shave at his tent in the camp. You can go clean shaven, you can keep a full beard, or go anything in between the two. He can also trim the different areas of his face, so the chin, the cheeks, the sideburns. You can really customize exactly what your beard is going to look like. To change your hairstyle, Arthur is going to need to visit a barber in town. If you don't eat and rest, Arthur will suffer from fatigue. Arthur will also visibly lose or gain weight depending on how much food you eat. Quite similar to, I guess, GTA San Andreas, where if you eat too much fast food, you're going to get a bit fat. Any downed enemies will appear as a small X on the minimap, so you can easily find them and go back and loot the corpses. Similarly, any animals that you have killed or hunted will appear as a paw print on the minimap, so you can also find these. If you're rolling with fellow gang members, they will also actually loot downed bodies, so you want to move fast or they'll actually be snatching up all the extra cash and ammo on the ground. If you lose a hat or weapon, it will reappear on your horse's saddle, and if you lose the saddle, it will reappear at a stable. If you lose your hat, it will also reappear as an icon on the minimap. You can wear animal carcasses as a hat. Outfits are customizable to an insane degree. You can choose to have your pants tucked up into your boot or not, and even your sleeves rolled up or not. Your weapons in Red Dead Redemption 2 will get dirty and actually clogged up over time, so if you get them wet or dirty, you're going to actually need to clean them to get the best performance. Your horse will also get dirty and covered in mud over time, which actually slows it down, so your horse actually requires grooming. You can take your horse to get it cleaned through a body of water, or even through a rainstorm will clean it off. While grooming or soothing your horse, you will actually make comments depending on what the sex is of your horse. If Arthur is covered in mud or blood, you're actually going to get a reaction from NPCs, so they'll react differently depending if you're clean or not. If Arthur gets any blood on his clothing, this will eventually dry, and any mud that you get on your clothing will harden and wipe away, and if you get any snow on your clothing, it will eventually melt. If you want your horse to automatically go to a destination, you can turn on the cinematic camera and actually set a waypoint and hold X, and your horse will just automatically take you to wherever you put that waypoint. You can hold the trackpad to enter cinematic view, and you can actually change camera angles within this view. If you're riding with other gang members, holding X in cinematic mode ensures you ride as a pack and at the same pace as them. While riding in a group, you can choose what position you ride in. Dutch Vanderlyn will ride an albino horse with blue eyes. Composer Woody Jack has returned to create the music for Red Dead Redemption 2. There are apparently over 192 separate pieces of score, and that doesn't even include the ambient themes created for this game. As Arthur's Deadeye skill develops, he'll be able to target critical areas such as the enemy's vital organs. This is also useful for getting clean kills while hunting. You can tap R2 to rapidly hipfire, which is very handy if you're ambushed. If you double tap L1, Arthur's going to put away his gun with a flourish. I guess this is handy if you want to hide it from any pedestrians, as they will actually react to you having a weapon out. If you hold up on the D-pad while aiming, Arthur's going to fire a warning shot in the air, which can be used to attract the attention of other characters, or even startle an animal you're hunting. Your character will dynamically shield his eyes before dynamite sets off. In case you guys were wondering, horses will indeed poop dynamically. It has been confirmed that the entire game can be played in first-person mode. That's right, it will be returning from Grand Theft Auto 5. The heads-up display is completely customizable, so if you want to remove the minimap for more immersion, or even remove other on-screen cues, you can completely do so if you desire. If you pause the game or press down on the D-pad, the current time and even temperature will be displayed. Arthur can swim in the game, but apparently not very well. The game will have a deep weapon crafting system. So far we've seen confirmed Molotovs, known as fire bottles in the game, split point bullets, and improved ammunition for guns, as well as improved fire and small game arrows for a bow. Weapons can be customized at gunsmiths. Upgrades include longer and rifled barrels or improved iron sights, plus you can add etchings and even engravings to the metal casing and the handle of a weapon to customize it to your unique character. Items can be purchased at general stores by walking around and picking them up off the shelves, and there's also a catalogue there too. The store catalogues are going to be very detailed. You can open up every article and read every ad within it. Apparently every item will have hundreds of words written about each and every item. You can customize your horse in the stables. You can switch out the saddle, the blanket, stirrups, reins, and saddle horn. You can also change the style of its mane and tail, making it short, medium, or long, and even add braids or even dreadlocks on your horse. You can use stables to store horses in case you need a backup horse. If your horse dies, it's actually removed from the game forever. There's no insurance claims for these. If you're in a dangerous situation with your horse and you want to save your horse's life, you can instruct it to flee the scene. Your choice of clothing will have an impact on the game, so if you're heading to a snowy region, you want to wrap up warm, especially when the temperature is dropping, and when it's hot, such as heading to the desert, you want to make sure you get rid of some of these layers. Sometimes loot that you find will be split between yourself and the camp. A red wanted bar will flash on screen when you attract the attention of the law, and the colour will drain away as you lose your wanted level. If you wear a bandana while you commit a crime, and then take it off afterwards, this will actually allow your wanted level to drop faster. You can pay off your own bounty by visiting a post office. There's a Victrola at your camp that allows you to play music, and certain NPC companions will serenade you with songs. NPCs all have individual facial animations, and they will all react impressively to your behaviour, and will be a lot more reactive than how GTA 5 pedestrians have been previously. The Wild West obviously wasn't known for great dental hygiene at the time, so a lot of the citizens of the towns will actually reflect that. If you leave the bodies of animals where you killed them, this will actually attract scavengers, and the carcasses of animals will decompose over time. Possums will actually play dead in the game if they see any threats, including yourself. If you get a bounty on your head in a town and then clear your name by paying that bounty, the townspeople will still remember the trouble you caused and will even comment on it when you return. If you're riding your horse within a thunderstorm, your horse will actually get visibly agitated due to the weather. Building a bond with your horse is extremely important. Increasing that bond will unlock new tricks such as rearing, skid turns, and dressage. The more you use your horse and build that bond with your horse, the less skittish it will get in high stress scenarios, such as when you get into gunfights, or even if there's wild dangerous animals, such as a bear. If you haven't got a good relationship with your horse, you want to be careful when you're walking behind them, as they may kick your teeth out. You can buy tickets to ride trains from the post office. However, if you do ride the train as a form of transport, you will be leaving your horse behind. Alternatively, you can hijack the train by galloping alongside it and jumping aboard. When hunting, you're actually going to get a higher price for your kills when you're using an arrow rather than a bullet, so using bullets will actually decrease the value of your kills. As you skin an animal, you will be able to visibly see where the exit wounds are from how you killed that animal. When transporting skinned animals on your shoulders and transporting it to your horse's rear, you will actually see the blood smeared on your clothing, on your shoulders, and even on the horse. So you might want to give yourself a good wash after those hunting trips. Arthur can look at his reflection in the mirror and will even comment on what he sees. You can buy newspapers within the game that will actually cover events that occur throughout the story. So if you pull off a big bank heist, you can guarantee that will hit the news. The game has been described as packed with subtle visual effects such as heat haze, condensation from the breath of horses and humans, and even the soft glow of superheated bullet impacts hitting against armoured train carriages. The snow is going to be shaped and indented dynamically around your legs or even your horse's movements throughout the snow. Horses with larger legs and bigger hooves will leave wider trails than skinnier-legged horses. Snow will start to accumulate naturally in places that have been trodden over by yourself or your animals, and snow will also even fall off tree branches. Rockstar have taken detail in this game to a whole new level, and even show dirt under your fingernails. You can take the time to pet dogs in Red Dead Redemption 2, and these dogs will actually remember you and not bark at you next time you see them. Some of the highest mountains in the game will literally take you above the cloud line, so you're actually going to be above the game's weather system. Both your health and your stamina bars will have an inner core, and that determines how fast your bars will refill. You can shoot hats off other people and then steal their hat, and of course enemies can shoot your hat off too. Kill cams within Red Dead Redemption 2 will be impacted by your honour within the game, so if you do play honourably, the camera for a kill replay will focus on Arthur, whereas if you're dishonourable, it's going to focus on the kill and represent it in a much more intense way. The honour system in the game is very intricate, and it isn't always as obvious when you're choosing honourable and dishonourable choices. For example, when you kill a rival gang member, it won't be considered dishonourable. However, if you escalate the conversation before killing them, it might be. Arthur will physically move dead bodies and also reaches into their pockets to loot them. An eagle eye system is used to track and hunt animals. If you activate this eagle eye system, it's going to even show the scent coming off your body, so if the wind catches your scent and takes it over to the direction an animal is in, it will actually be able to smell you and might even scare that animal off. Moving your cursor around the world map invokes a wind sound to indicate your movement. If there's an enemy on horseback, you can actually shoot the horse to knock that enemy off its back. The night sky in Red Dead Redemption 2 is full of stars and galaxies, and apparently this is due to the time era before there was a lot of time pollution in modern day. Your camp will run on a regular schedule, so in the mornings your gang members might appear out of their tents wearing their pyjamas, and at night people will head back in their tents and go to sleep and even gather around for food calls. You can interact with both strangers and also your own gang members positively or negatively, and other camp members will also take notice and comment on your actions in the future. So if you're being a douchebag, they will remember. So that was 100 brand new details about Red Dead Redemption 2. If you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, please let me know in the comments. I'm interested how many of you guys actually watched this video all the way through, because it has turned out to be quite a long one. If you guys are new to my channel, please take a few seconds to leave a like on the video, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to be kept up to date with all of the latest Red Dead Redemption 2 news and information. Have a good one guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Dodging missiles, dodging bullets, coming at me now, tell me